Hey everybody, it's Tara Gray, and I want to talk about the upcoming week ahead. It's the week of May 23rd here. I'm in Toronto, Canada, and I'm in Eastern Daylight Time. So what we're seeing here is a list of all the planets and their basic major aspects from the 23rd to the 26th. They're on the bottom. So let's go through the next 4 days at the start. Now, the Sun in Gemini, newly in Gemini, just met with Mercury the other day, is sextiling Jupiter in Aries. So that is a very nice positive aspect. Actually, there's all sextiles all day today. They continue actually into Tuesday as well. So sextiles is when planets are 60 degrees apart. They're in elements that complement each other. So the Sun in Gemini is air, Jupiter is in Aries, that's fire. So fire and air are considered to be active or traditionally masculine energies. Okay, so Sun sextile Jupiter in Aries, that's a good time for new beginnings, to start thinking about new ideas, even though, of course, we all know that Mercury is still retrograde. So you might want to rehash some great ideas you had a little while back and go over them. Okay, but it's a good time to think about communicating, good time to connect with old friends, flames, all of that. Be easy to access. Okay, again, remember Mercury is still retrograde until June the 2nd. The moon is in Pisces. We're feeling very dreamy, we want to sit back, very intuitive, very psychic. Really pay attention to your dreams while the moon is in Pisces. It's been there since the 22nd, and it will be there until the 24th. So especially pay attention to your dreams tonight, because this is the last of the super duper dreaming, lucid dreaming, fly on the wall imagination projection days you're going to have for a while, because the planet Mars is leaving Pisces tomorrow in the early evening in Eastern Daylight Time. So this is the last night. Mars is at the very last degree of Pisces, the most psychic. It's called an anaretic degree, the most critical degree of the zodiac, the last degree of the zodiac. So Mars in Pisces. Do all your visualizations. Try to connect with people through your dreams, lucid dreams. Any kind of creative work, channeling, great time to channel, great time to connect with your ancestors, to the ones who've passed on, to the people you've always wanted to speak to who are in the other world. So very dreamy, very compassionate. You got to remember to be kind, to be generous. We're all one. Okay, there is no real separation. We're all, moon in Pisces knows that we're all one in spirit. So the moon sextiles Uranus and Taurus, and Uranus is the planet of change, of radical beginnings, of radical bodies, of freedom, of just breaking away, okay, freedom. It's chaotic though. So your dreams might be quite chaotic, or even you might have some new unexpected feelings, sensations in your body. Uranus and Taurus rules the body, so you could have very different kind of body knowing. Okay, so pay attention to those. Spirits do try to contact us in many different ways. There's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. So pay attention to that, and also it gives you good ideas to be sensually different, to visualize things in a new way. My intuition is saying something about decorating, creating, just trying something radically different would be good. It would feed your soul. And then Mercury in Taurus. We're thinking very concretely these days, sextiles Mars and Pisces. So they're both then at the last degrees. Mercury's at 29 degrees of Taurus. So at these critical degrees, Mercury's back into Taurus. So the energy is going to feel quite different with Mercury now back in Taurus, because we're thinking more, sensually. We're thinking more embodied. We're going over the conversations that we had when Mercury was still in Taurus a few weeks back. So again, good time to do practical, creative things. So dancing or drawing, painting, watercolors, especially with the moon of Pisces. Anything, write poetry, anything that inspires you or turns you on. Remember, again, Mars is at that last degree of Pisces. We're finishing a cycle that started in 2020, in early 2020, actually. I just looked that up. It was like March to May 2020. So think back about what was going on in your life. It was just an early COVID times, or it was March to July, something like that, but fairly early COVID times, which seems like forever ago on some level. Okay, now on to the 24th. So it's a very busy day today. You can see that. So Venus in Aries sextile Saturn in Aquarius. So again, Venus in Aries, she is the goddess of love. So whatever sign she is traveling in, she absorbs that energy. So Aries is the warrioress. Venus in Aries is the warrioress. She's all about me first. That's Aries. Very competitive, lots of energy, quick to anger, very impulsive, can kind of jump into things without thinking. That's totally Aries. And sextiling Saturn Aquarius, again, very good for, could be good for cryptos, could be good for breaking free of old limitations, a boss, family limitations, old thinking. You know, Venus in Aries says, yeah, just do something radically different, okay? Because remember that Saturn is still Saturn, still bringing up obstacles and limitations, you know, whatever sign it's in, even if it rules Aquarius in traditional astrology. Now, the moon and Neptune conjunct at 8:41 a.m. This is, again, Eastern daylight time, so your dreams Monday night into Tuesday. Very imaginative, very creative. So really set the tone before you go to sleep at night. You want to program your dreams, your visualizations, your day when you wake up. So the night before could be very intense leading up to that is what I'm saying, Monday night. It is also Victoria Day in Canada on the 23rd. That's a national holiday. And there will be fireworks earlier that evening. But there will be fireworks in your dreams too and during the day. So expect like amazing synchronicities during the day. The moon sextiles Pluto and Capricorn. Again, power issues, wealth, soul wealth coming up there. Deep imagination. The moon sextiles Mercury and Taurus as well. So again, a chance to bring those dreams into reality. Okay, and then the moon conjuncts Mars and Pisces. Okay, again, at that very last degree. And then the moon is void, of course, which means it's made its last connection or aspect to any of the classical planets. That's at 5:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then there's a very brief pause, like 6 minutes, before the moon enters Aries. So again, we're off to a brand new beginning. Remember that the moon travels through each sign every month, every 28 plus days. So the moon in Aries, emotionally, a brand new beginning. Okay, so make sure you've finished out any issues from the last month if you can. Okay, and then during the day, later that day, Mars enters Aries at 7:17 p.m. Again, Eastern Daylight Time. So we've been waiting, I think, for the energy to pick up since Jupiter entered Aries last week. But now when Mars enters Aries, it's really going to go zooming off. Mars rules Aries. So this is like the starting gun goes off, big new fire is lit, it's passionate, it's active, you got to go now. So the green light's on. So it's going to be very different energy because we've all been kind of swimming and treading water and exhausted from all that Pisces energy that's been going on for the last few months. And so this is going to radically change everything. So you want to time everything to start new beginnings on the 24th, although again, because Mercury is still retrograde, I would say wait a little bit until the 2nd, which is just next week at this point. So the moon is in Aries, conjunct Jupiter in Aries. So again, this is very big Aries energy. So people could be very angry suddenly. All of that repressed anger with Mars in Pisces suddenly has got to come out. There's no holding it back. Okay, there's no filters with Mars in Aries. Like all the fire signs are like that. No filters. It's all got to come out. So, but it could be very exuberant, very positive with Jupiter there. Again, new beginnings, new cycles, new jobs, new opportunities. I've been, counseling my clients to wait until these days to expect results, okay? Because everything's been kind of bubbling and, in the back seat there in Pisces, behind the scenes in the unconscious, and now it's like action. So this is like the Big Bang. It just happened today, Big Bang. So the moon in Aries sextiles the sun in Gemini. So again, that's nice. The moon and the sun represents a nice little balance of the feminine, the masculine energies. I know people don't like those gender terms, but they are traditionally to describe just different polarities, okay, like positive and negative, but negative is not bad. Again, that aspect happens the next day on the 25th in Eastern Daylight Time. Good energy for money, for finance, even though Mercury is retrograde in Taurus, it's trining Pluto in Capricorn. So again, Pluto's around the 28th degree, moving backwards. It is retrograde too. So this might be a going past some old financial issues. It could be a real slow up. We've been seeing the market, I believe the stock market fell 1,000 points last week. So you want to kind of shore up what is of value to you. You know, Mercury and Taurus is what's really important, what's necessary. I mean, I know there's high inflation, there's shortages, there's going to be food shortages. So I would really, they're warning that there's, you know, most of the wheat comes from the Ukraine, and they're going to be running out of wheat. So I would suggest that you stock up on alternatives, or think about, you know, how are you going to go without bread if you're used to subsisting on bread. There are many alternatives actually these days, and things that you can make yourself, and actually high protein things that are better than bread. And it's also World Tarot Day on the 25th. So World Tarot Day was something that was started many years ago by a lady. What's her name now? God, I can't remember her name right now, but she had an unusual name, or she went by an unusual name. It'll come to me. But anyway, I remember hearing about this. I think it was in 2004, and I heard about it. I think it was only the second year, and I said to her I wanted to do something for World Tarot Day, and I sent out some advertising to a bunch of newspapers, and a reporter from the Toronto Sun came to see me. I was set up at, I think it was the Gypsy Co-op, which was a cafe on Queen Street West, and he came and he interviewed me, and I read my tarot cards, and he asked me about elections coming up, and I predicted a Liberal win, and of course the Toronto Sun is pretty conservative. They were really not very happy with that, but anyway, I was correct. So I celebrated the second World Tarot Day. The World Tarot Day, her name is Dan Elder, has been taken over by the people who do tarot professionals, an organization that I belong to, and I always honor World Tarot Day, and I do free readings, so I will probably do some free readings on YouTube maybe, or on Facebook. I'll let you know. Okay. The moon conjuncts Chiron in Aries. So Chiron is around 15 degrees of Aries. So again, this brings up our vulnerabilities behind our armor, where we're hiding our wounds. Okay, and then at the bottom of the page here, Aries moon sextile Saturn. So again, this kind of nice energy. Saturn Aquarius is structure, so a new structure, new beginning, kind of the architect. Saturn is the architect, so get some plans together. The moon conjuncts Venus in Aries. So again, this can be very romantic. Of course, Aries now is in the spotlight, okay? Mars and Jupiter in Aries, and Venus in Aries. So Aries, it's your time to shine. You're not going to hesitate. You're going to go after what you want and who you want to love, and exactly the way you want to do it. The moon squares Pluto in Capricorn again later at night. These are power struggles usually. And then the moon is again void, of course, at 11:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then the moon enters Taurus. Again, 11:22 p.m. is Pacific Daylight Time. So again, the moon is getting us very grounded and practical. And then Venus squares Pluto. Now these aspects, it's 11:29 p.m. on the 26th. These aspects repeat on the 27th. So again, Venus and Pluto are at the 28th degree. So getting on to those critical 29th degrees there. Money issues, big money issues, and that's coming up over the weekend too. So it could be, you know, because Venus rules money, value, Pluto rules plutocrats, could be more control or stresses on the market. Could go one way or the other. Let's see if I can keep doing this now. Okay, there you go. There it is there on the 27th. That's in Eastern Daylight Time, a repeat of those two energies. So the moon in Taurus, we want to slow down. We want to smell the roses. We want to enjoy, you know, our bodily pleasures. So go out and buy yourself something beautiful. Venus in Aries is impulses as well. So then on the 28th, where are we here? On the 28th. Why am I not seeing this? Okay, that is on the 28th, sorry. Is it? Yeah, that's on the 28th there on the top. Okay, so on the 28th, let's see if I can adjust this now. All right, so that's that Taurus moon conjunct Uranus and Taurus. So again, Uranus rules the internet, it rules crypto. So the moon in Taurus, Taurus is the stock market, of course, the bull market. Again, could be very unpredictable at that time. And again, Venus enters Taurus. Venus goes home. So she goes home at 10:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 28th. And that's where she's the happiest. Okay, so Venus and Taurus, this is the time of luxury and the time of enjoying the beauty of the earth and, you know, getting all dolled up and just, you know, getting your hands in the dirt too. If you're in the northern hemisphere here, you want to be planting flowers and getting your garden in. Now, on the 29th, this is a very big critical day. I know there's a big meeting in Davos, and so those biggies, they use astrology. Okay, so this is a very significant day. Taurus moon sextiles Neptune and Pisces. Now, Neptune and Pisces is dreams, illusions, debt. So again, there's going to be a kind of probably a reshuffling or trying to figure out how to control the inflation. Neptune and Pisces rules viruses as well, and oil. So again, there's going to be some restrictions or some solid things put in to kind of control the out of control oil prices. Moon in Taurus square Saturn and Uranus. Okay, so again, these are hard aspects, resistance to change. And then the big aspect, of course, is Mars conjunct Jupiter at 3 degrees of Aries. So this is a very dangerous thing because Mars is war and Jupiter in Aries is impulsive. Now, some people are predicting that there could be a nuclear war starting. We don't want that scenario, but that's an impulsive, angry, not thinking about the consequences energy. So that there also could be stabbings and shootings and riots and, you know, all kinds of just impulsive, crazy new energies. Okay, and also people are expecting there could be some, what was I hearing? Just some wild energy connected to all of that Agenda 2030 stuff, which I'm not going to go into. The moon then conjuncts Mercury in Taurus, again, still retrograde, so we're mooning about these past relationships or past things or tools, resources, you know, talking about how we're going to manage it. The moon trines Pluto in Capricorn, so that's a wealth aspect again. So Pluto is soul wealth, so you want to pay attention to your health, to your body. And then the moon is void, of course, again, and then it enters Gemini on the 29th at 1:23 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So when the moon is wherever the moods are, so when the moon is in Gemini, of course, it's all about communication. Now, Mercury rules Gemini, so again, our communications are not really moving forward right now. So it could be, you know, the usual frustration, back up the computers, all of that. The moon sextiles Jupiter in Aries and Mars in Aries. So again, this is great for getting new ideas out. But remember, they're not going to coalesce into anything until quite a bit after Jupiter station's turning direct. It's going to take a while until, Mercury station's going direct. It's going to take a while until Mercury actually bypasses its retrograde degree. All right, so I want to wish you all the best. Exciting week. 2 planets changing sign. They're both in their own signs. Now, this is also very important. When Mars is in its home sign, Aries, and Venus is in Taurus, they're very, very happy and very strong together, okay? So the energy of Venus is going to be more beautifully expressed, more loving, more physical, and Mars in Aries is also very sexual, so expect all the sexual energy to go up through the roof. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com. You can follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Wishing you all the best.